Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylers go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth. Hunters, real blue, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say, man? I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright light.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he's able to make the play.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Only 3 there on the screen at second down. The Vikings at 5-10 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's That's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
This will be play number 10 on this pretty long opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And right away he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now here's the option play going left. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On second down, here's the option. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Vikings pick up the football. And these guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. A little careless with the football. He also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did. And when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember. Traffic, turbulence, people around you. Two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away. Tuck it away because you've got to take care of the ball.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson. Second touchdown this morning. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make. But sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Certainly not what the offense wanted down here, going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, well, look who got involved. I mean, when you got a strong safety who can drop into the box, never needs an invitation to be one of those guys in run defense, does he? Wakes up every morning just a little bit ticked off.
Meanwhile, Jackson, throw complete there to Thomas. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Jackson on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here. The last 3 drives, 2 fumbles and an interception. Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches of the NFL, they're asking on that sideline, what the heck is going on out there?
And Cook running on first down, but this defense up to the task there as they stop him before he can even get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 1 officially.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
2nd and 11. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on fourth down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on fourth down.
And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Singletary going to get the handoff. And taking it right down Broadway. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Singletary hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Tucker with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13.
Ravens 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw here. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
And down he'll go at the 25. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's going to be a yard short. The 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
I bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be taken at the 10. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Back to throw now on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Give to Cook out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They call that a loss loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Badgley's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
That's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The drive will start with an option going left. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Offense set at the line for this next drive. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost to football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
On any running play this call, they're always hoping it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. It's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. After the play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Chad Muma. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that two-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To Jefferson on the slant. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Cook. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 44 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Complete. Jefferson the target. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
I'll tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Badgley on for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. From the 38, Jackson toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. A handoff on the option to Singletary. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Singletary here running out of the gun. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Michael Thomas. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Jackson here is going to look to throw. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run it again with Cook. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. And that will be incomplete as well. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Singletary going to get the handoff. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Now, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 7th play in the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Jackson. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football in the second half, that's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here we go on 4th down. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Makes the score Vikings 36, Ravens 30.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, you might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taken in at the 11. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're playing well on this side of the ball. They're playing well on the other side of the ball. It's been a nice, methodical comeback for them, hasn't it?
Love the word. And a lot of times you get teams that start to panic a little bit when things haven't gone well. So the use of methodical by you, they just take you. They hung in there. And, hey, if we play better on one side of the ball, if we play better on the other side of the ball, put it all together, and that's where we are now.
Yeah, they're chipping away. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Now the ball comes loose. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they'll get a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for them.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth-quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
And maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out in the comeback, so it falls short. They hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
But the fourth quarter, they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that. And they should be. He said they could be a future league. Something on it. At least they was.
So for Minnesota, they get their 6th win of the season against 10 losses.